Pools are deceptively heavy. Take a 6x3 meter rooftop pool. When it's full, it can easily exceed 27 tons. Before you build anything on top of a multi-story building, you need to know exactly what the structural slab below it can support. And that's where your engineer comes in. Their job is to clarify this information early on and make sure it's accurate. When it comes to rooftop pools, there are 3 types of loads you need to consider: static load, live load, and point load. First, static load. What the pool weighs when it's full. This includes the water weight and about 1 ton per cubic meter, plus the concrete shell, reinforcing steel, interior finish, coping, and surrounding paving. And don't forget, you need to calculate based on the full volume of the pool, including spars, benches, and water features. Second, live load. What people and usage add to the structure. Live load accounts for occupants, maintenance, staff, equipment, movable furniture. On commercial rooftops, this can spike during parties, events, or maintenance. If the water is sloshing over edges or moving into surge tanks, these forces add up fast. That's why your structural engineer and hydraulic engineer must coordinate from the start. Third, point loads, where all that weight ends up. Pools don't distribute weight evenly. Footings, stairs, spars, and mechanical risers often concentrate load into very small slab areas or beams. These bearing points need to be carefully modeled with structural consultants. Spring systems, hob walls, pool fittings, they all need to be accounted for accurately. An interesting example of this exact situation was a pool I wasn't directly involved in. The supporting slab on the rooftop pool of level 22, I believe it was not able to support the pool they had designed. Now, they didn't realize this until they're already at the rooftop. The consultant that figured it out was actually the acoustic consultant, because they were calculating the spring loads and the static deflection. Once they calculated the pool loads and looked at the slab below to calculate the frequencies, they realized the slab that was already poured in situ wasn't able to support the pool. So this actually stopped the whole development, and they had to install what we call spider beams into the whole rooftop slab. Now, this cost them an absolute fortune. They got the pool there in the end, but this is why early planning is so imperative, because not only that, it made the builder look bad, also made the engineers look bad, and at the end of the day, the clients couldn't move into their homes they had already put deposits down for and were guaranteed move-in dates. Now, whose fault was this? It's hard to point and shoot fingers. It doesn't really matter at that point because it held up everything. That's why we work closely with trusted acoustic and structural consultants to make sure this stage goes smoothly. Getting the loads right from the start is one of the most critical steps in building a rooftop pool. Miss it and you're setting yourself up for serious cost blowouts and long-term structural problems. Nail it and you're building on a foundation that will last a lifetime.